Alrighty, hello, my name is Whitney, and in this third demonstration skills video, we are going to be demonstrating how to use a soft splint and how to use or apply a anatomical splint. So first thing that you want to do when you're applying any type of splint in a situation is that you want to check the scene to make sure that it is safe. If 911 is needed to be called, you can direct someone to call 911. Before you apply anything to an individual with an injury, you should always make sure or check with that individual that it is okay. So you should always gather their consent. If it's a child, you should gather the consent of the child's legal guardian. So once you get the consent of being able to apply the stent or provide care for the person who is injured and needs your assistance, you would go as follows. So the first demonstration that I am going to do is applying an anatomical splint. Now, what that is could be something as simple as something like this, tape, to broken fingers. So if my fingers were broken, the way that you would apply a anatomical splint is basically just by taping the fingers together like such. That would be how you would apply an anatomical splint. So if my fingers were broken, remember or reminding that when you are applying a splint, you do want to make sure that, obviously I wouldn't do it this rough if it was somebody who actually had an injury, but for me and for demonstration purposes, we're just going to wrap this around like this. But if I was dealing with a real person, applying it to a real injured person, I would very carefully try to make sure that I'm not applying too much pressure, too much movement, because we don't want to move any broken bones. That's the whole point of a splint, is to make sure that the injured area stays secure or mobilized or stabilized until emergency personnel does arrive and they are able to do more. So now that that is done, we're going to unwrap and take off all of this tape here. And because we are doing this, I did want to throw this in here quickly, that I do have a CPR medical emergency preparation bag. So that is actually where I got the tape from. And bandages, anything that you may need, I definitely recommend these. They're great. Now, a soft splint. A soft splint is also like another device that supports and protects against a broken bone or an injury. A soft splint, though, unlike a rigid splint, is like fabrics or towels or folded blankets or pillows, something more so cushiony. So we're going to say, in this case scenario, that my foot here or my ankle here, there is an issue or I have an injury in this extremity here. So say if this was just a sprain and it wasn't broken. If it was broken, there are such things as like boot casts that you can put right here. So you can basically hold it into place. So you see how my leg is not moving. If my injury is my ankle, we don't want my foot going like this, because this is messed up and we don't want to cause any more fracture, injury, or anything else to that. And you also want to stabilize it if it is broken or anything of that nature. So in this particular demonstration, I am going to use a pillow because this will be considered a soft splint. So how you would apply that, if someone was laying down, if I was laying down and I wanted to apply a splint to, say, a sprained ankle, you would put the pillow down here and you would just politely place the injured or affected part on a soft pillow like this, or a blanket. If I had some bandages, I could always bandage this area down here in place, and that will be considered a soft splint. So that is my demonstration video for today. Thank you.